to the ancient city of Cairo in Egypt, where the Afro-Exim Bank is holding its third conference on the African Sovereign Government Network. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo currently speaking. Let's listen.
And as we have seen in the past 3 editions, one leads to another one that is better than the one that preceded it. On this occasion, let me once again congratulate and commend Afro-Exim Bank, the promoter of this continental event that is gaining importance on daily basis. IATF. Without the effort, the tremendous effort initiated and made by Professor Rama, the president of Afro-Exim Bank, we will not have got to where we are. And as I said yesterday, and in fact, while we were waiting to come here, we, as the Advisory Council, and I want to again thank all my members, and particularly my deputy, Mr. Accra. We, as the body, will not have been able to achieve much without the brain. And the brain is no less a person than Madam Kanayo. We thank you for all that you have done to drive this process. I cannot, of course, be talking about bringing this edition to a close without specially thanking the president of this great country, President El-Sisi, and the government of Republic of Egypt for coming to our rescue, because you came to our rescue. Otherwise, we would not have had the IATF in 2023. We thank you for all that you have done to make it possible for us to hold the IATF 2023 here in Cairo, the capital of Arab Republic of Egypt. We thank you, and we hope we will not have to call you at the 11th hour to come to our rescue again. Now, as I said, you leave one for another. I want to explain that we had very rigorous competition, and we examined everything that we should examine. And at the end of the day, Algeria came top. Congratulations again. Well, for us, as the Advisory Council for IATF 2023, our job is coming to an end. But before we say Uhuru, we have to give the baton, hand over the baton to Algeria. And from tomorrow, it will be IATF 2025. And IATF 2025, Algeria. Got something. Ambassador, please come here. And as I was talking, they got it ready.
شكرا جزيلا لحضراتكم. الآن مع كلمة سعادة سفير الجزائر في القاهرة والمندوب الدائم بجامعة الدول العربية سعادة السفير السيد عبد العزيز بن علي الشريف. تفضل.
تفضل. شكرا جزيلا. Excellency President Olusegun Obasanjo, Chairman of the Intra-African Trade Fair Advisory Council, Dr. Benedict Oke, President and Chairman of the Board of Direction of the African Export Africa Exim Bank, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I am very much pleased to see you here today and to join you to the Algeria Day in this important regional forum. It's particularly exciting for me to participate to this forum and 1 week after my appointment as Ambassador of Algeria in Cairo. This event represents a great opportunity to the Algerian economic actors to show the Algerians' economic potential in different domains. When you visit the Algerian pavilion and see the quality and variety of our national products, you realize that a lot of work has been done during the last years at a national level in terms of economic reforms to enable the private sector to become the engine of sustainable growth and to diversify the economy. It's supposed to have Algerian participants to this third edition despite some difficulties and obstacles. I also take this opportunity to recall my country's profound reform under the leadership of His Excellency Mr. President Abdelmajid Tebboune, with the purpose of protecting investment and develop new measures of guarantees for the economic actors. The adoption in 2022 of the new investment law constitutes a milestone in Algeria's openness to foreign partners interested in establishing win-win partnership in many economic areas. This attractiveness and profitability of the Algerian market for foreign investment are attested by Egyptian investors and others who are engaged in my country in multiple fields. We urge all of our African brothers to be a part of this new economic dynamic. Before concluding my remarks, on behalf of the Algerian delegation, I would like to present my sincere gratitude to His Excellency President Obasanjo, Chairman of the Intra-African Trade Fair Advisory Council, and all our partners, especially the African Export-Import Bank, Africa Exim Bank, for their decision to organize the 4th edition of IATF in Algiers in 2025. On this occasion, I would like to reiterate the commitment of the Algerian government to organize a successful IATF 2025 in excellent conditions. We reassure to all our partners that beyond just an exhibition of goods and services, the IATF 2025 will be a real platform for networking, collaboration, and knowledge sharing, and bringing together entrepreneurs, investors, innovators, and policymakers from across Africa, create partnership and explore new opportunities. Thank you for your kind attention.
شكرا سعادة السفير. والآن إلى كلمة السيد ألبرت موشانجا ممثلا عن الاتحاد الإفريقي.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremony, the Chairperson of the Advisory Council of the Intra-African Trade Fair, Dr. Olusegun Obasanjo, who is also former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency the Ambassador of Algeria, His Excellency the Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area, Mr. Wamkele Mene, the Executive Vice President in the African Export-Import Bank, our very generous sponsor, and all the members of the audience here. I'm very, very, very impressed that in front of each one of you, there are flowers. And the flowers are a symbol of energy. So it was with energy that the chairperson of the Advisory Council was able to hand over responsibility to organize the next edition of the Intra-African Trade Fair to the Ambassador of Algeria. And he responded with energy. And that energy was conveying a message that Algeria will not fail. Algeria will not fail. Algeria will not fail. Am I wrong, Ambassador? The clap is that Algeria is not going to fail. And as African Union, we are in full support of the process of developing the Intra-African Trade Fair. So, source of information, it's a source of business-to-business transaction, and in the process, it's a source of growth and development for the African economy. And for this reason, as a member of the Advisory Council, we are going to fully participate in the preparations for the upcoming edition. We have about 2 years, and a lot of work is required to be done in those 2 years. But I'm sure we are going to succeed, And in this handover ceremony, my message is to reaffirm our commitment to be a very, very formidable member of the team. And with the teamwork, nothing is impossible. Congratulations, Algeria, for winning the bid. Thank you.
شكرا جزيلا. والآن إلى نائب الرئيس السيدة كنايايو أواني.
This is not going to be a long speech. This is just to say, again, congratulations to Algeria for winning the bid. I thank you for the quality of your bid, but I also thank you for the enthusiasm and the hunger you showed that you wanted it. Algeria has participated in the trade fairs, the first 3 trade fairs, in my opinion, very gallantly. Robust preparation. Your preparation for the trade fairs have been robustly and excellently done. It showed that, it showed the direction. One of the things we thought when we are going through, when I visited not too long ago, was that it did feel that trade fair was in your DNA. So I congratulate you, but it's a lot of work. We need to start work immediately. We need to start the implementation. We need to set the dates. And we also need to hold the very next advisory council meeting after the last one we're holding tomorrow in Algiers. Congratulations, and I call on the public and private sector, because we need everybody working together, the government, the public, the government and state-owned enterprises, and the private sector, working together to deliver what we think should be a resoundingly successful trade fair in 2025, building on the first 3 editions. It is a robust and complex project, as you can see. Different verticals, different elements. There's gastronomy, there's creative, there's B2Bs, country days, trade and investment forum, exhibitions, auto show, AU Youth Pavilion, and various verticals associated with it. It's complex. I don't think there's any trade show like it in the world, actually. So it gives you a flavor of what is to come. Next year, as we want to do, and as a precursor to the IATF 2025, the year before the trade fair, we hold what we call the CanNext weekend, a Creative African Nexus weekend. What we do in that year, and of course, I don't want to go into a lot of details here because we're going to come and visit. We're going to have a mission come to you quickly before the next advisory council meeting, is to say that you should also be prepared to host the Creative African Nexus next year, which is a dry run for the Intra-African Trade Fair in 2025. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
شكرا جزيلا. والآن إلى كلمة السيد السكرتير العام ومكلي مني.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Program Director, Your Excellency President Obasanjo, Chairman of the IATF and former President of Nigeria, Your Excellency Ambassador Muchanga, Your Excellency the Algerian Ambassador to Egypt, Executive Vice President of Afrexim Bank, leaders from the government of Algeria. Our chairman, the president, has spoken. There is nothing much for me to say when the chairman has spoken. I will join the other co-conveners in congratulating Algeria for being awarded the right to host the next edition of the Intra-Africa Trade Fair. As the Executive Vice President has said, Madam Awani has said, this is the largest trade fair of this nature in the world. As I mentioned during the opening remarks yesterday, we were here in Cairo in 2018, December 2018, for the very first edition. And that first edition laid the basis for successful future trade fairs. And we're very proud that Algeria will be hosting us in 2025. It is, of course, a platform that millions and millions of Africans look forward to, small, medium enterprises, entrepreneurs, artists, all segments of Africa's economy participate in the trade fair. And so it is critical that every African who wishes to participate must have the opportunity to do so. That means that we've got to work together to collaborate, to address any challenges that may arise, the issue of visas, the issue of accommodation, the issue of non-application of duties on exhibitions that are coming temporarily into the country so that our SMEs do not incur unnecessary costs. All of these things that lead to a successful hosting of the Intra-Africa Trade Fair are critical because we want our SMEs to fully participate, and we want our SMEs to feel part of the trade of the African continent that all of us are committed to. That is why Algeria offered to host, because we know that Algeria is committed to Intra-Africa Trade Fair. And so, President and ladies and gentlemen, we look forward as the AFCFTA Secretariat to coming to Algeria, and we look forward to fully participating in all the preparatory processes to ensure that we have a smooth IATF. And we know that the numbers that we recorded in Johannesburg, in Durban 2021, in Cairo 2023, that all of these numbers will be exceeded when we get to Algeria, because we strive for continuous improvement and we strive for continuous opportunities to be created for our SMEs, for our young entrepreneurs, for our artists, and we know that Algeria is fully committed also to that objective. I want to thank you very much and congratulations.
شكرا جزيلا لحضراتكم. نلقاكم بعد عامين في الجزائر بإذن الله.